going to like when you click, every time you click on this button, this number has to go up. That's the idea. Okay, so I'm going to show you two things here. So okay, let's call as an increment. So this is where we are going to look at the operators. So the assignment operators, we are going to talk about it. So this we saw, right? We saw sum equal to x plus y, that is an assignment. Equal to is an assignment operator. But see, these are a little different. And then the increment operator is also a little different. So let me talk about it. So let's say we have for x equal to 100. Okay. Every time the button is clicked, we want x to be incremented. So that would be, you take x and then add 1 to x. You add 1 to x and add it back to x. You can only do one at a time. You can only add one at a time. Here it is not like that. You can add whatever you want to x and save it back to x. Okay. Okay, so that's the difference here. So let's just quickly check. It's not going to retain the value because it's a local variable. So I will explain the scope. So let's just do this once. So I have this function called increment. I have to call this function here. So go to this JavaScript increment, that's your function. So here I am saying x is 100, x equal to x plus 1 every time. Okay, or I can do it this way. So let's do it the first way, see what happens. Okay, just like I said before, in the sources demo.js, make sure your changes are reflected here. Go to the JS. So I have increment here, right? So let's see where our code is here. Here is my button. So I click on the button, I say 101. Okay, so let's say that we want to add 10 to the number. We would say x equal to x plus 10. So it takes the value of x, adds 10, saves it back to x. That's what's happening here. So I click here, it says 110. Click here, 110. It is not remembering the previous value, right? Let's say that you want to assign the value of x only once, but you want to keep remembering it. Okay, that is where the scope is. This is local scope. Okay, anytime a variable is declared within a function, it has local scope. If you want global scope, you put it outside of all the functions here. So global scope. And then use it here. Let's see what happens when we do that. So we are refreshing it. This will only get called once when you load the page. So let's click on here. First time x is 110. Second time x is 120. Third time x is 130. Okay, so I just want you to remember. So let's for experimentation purpose, let's add here y equal to 10. Okay, and then let's say y equal to y plus 10. Colored x and y. So I'm alerting x and y. So this has local scope. This has global scope. Okay, instead of x, let's call this I'm gonna call it global x. It's a variable name, so can be anything you want. And then this y is going to be a local variable, right? Let's see that. So when I click here, oops, there's an error. Okay. Oh, global uppercase X, uppercase X. This should be global X. So always look for this little this part. If there are no errors, you won't see anything there. If there is a little bit of red emergency thing, then you know that you have to fix it. Okay, let's click on the show answer. Click on show answer. It tells X is 110. Oops, what did I do here? Okay, click on this. X is 110, Y is 20. X is 120, Y is 20. X is 130, Y is 20. So Y never changes because every time you call this function increment, inside the function it resets the value of Y. Resets Y every time function is called. Okay? So global X retains the value as long as you don't refresh the page. If you refresh the page, it will lose its value. But till you do that, it has global scope. So this is global scope. This is local scope. Okay, Y has local scope. X has global scope. Okay, so we just saw like two different things. So add 10 to the number. So let's leave it as add 10 to a number. Okay, so let's refresh the page one more time. So click this button to add 10 to a number. Okay, every time you click it, 10 gets added to X and Y. Y's value is not retained, X's value is retained because it is of global scope. So we learned two different concepts here. We learned how to use this kind of assignment operator, and also we learned what global scope is and local scope is. Let me put another spin on it. So you can do this in this way, or you can say Y plus equal to 10. They both mean the same. It's the same as, this is more of a condensed way. Okay, it's a combination. So you could do plus equal to, minus equal to, forward slash equal to, and multiply equal to, all types of things.